All right, let's talk about MVP candidate and still alive in the playoffs, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, still alive in the playoff hunt, I should say. What a game. I mean, first off, just what a crazy game. I already have a video breaking down the ending of it on this channel, but let's talk about Burrow's performance in particular. He was doing so much good stuff. I've never done this before, but the first play I'm going to show chronologically in this game is one of the last plays of the third quarter. That's just how I happen to pick these plays out, but watch what happens here, because there was so much of this with Burrow. It's a 3rd down and 8. It's zone coverage that the Broncos are in, although they're selling as though it might be a blitz. First, it's worth noting that is Ja'Marr Chase's route, and obviously when it comes to the Bengals, Ja'Marr Chase is such a force for Cincinnati. He's someone you have to pay attention to if you're the Broncos. So Burrow takes the snap, and you see how those two linebackers they're moving a little bit further in than you otherwise would on a 3rd and 8. I think you would usually be a couple yards further back because, hey, if you throw underneath, you can run over and make a tackle, but it's Chase. You got to pay attention to that. What's interesting is if you look at Andre Osivas here, the wide receiver, I think just reads this play and notices, oh, hey, there actually might be a window a little bit further down the field. That or it's just a really clever disguised route, I'm not sure, but I think he's just improvising, sees that there's a window there. So that could be really good. Here's the other issue. The Broncos had kind of a stimulated pressure here, and now they have a guy completely getting untouched to the quarterback. Remember when I said that they were showing pressure? Well, this worked out. The Bengals have a couple guys blocking nobody, and a Broncos player getting straight through to the quarterback. Good play call by Denver. However, watch Burrow sidestep that pressure. He throws down the field, and they're able to get this go-ahead touchdown. Don't worry, your computer's not broken. I had to pause it for a second due to copyright reasons, but yeah, as you see, they end up getting the touchdown. Here's the issue. It gets called back due to a penalty. So, okay, that sucks because it was a great play. We should still give him credit for the great play, but ultimately does not matter. So now we got to go over here. It's 3rd down and 13. So, okay, definitely not an ideal situation now because not only do you have to do it again, you have to do it in a more difficult situation because you are 5 yards further back. The Broncos are saying, well, that zone coverage stuff didn't work out too well. Let's go with a man coverage play here. We'll have 2 safeties deep. Let's just, it's an obvious passing situation. We should be fine. Burrow is going to take the snap, and this is the other part of his game, is there's a window up the middle, and he is someone who, I feel like we don't talk about him as a mobile quarterback, as an athlete, but he really is. He can do this stuff. Watch as he is going to scramble up, and he picks up a 1st down on 3rd and 13. I'm not sure if he didn't know exactly where the line for 1st down marker was. Not sure if he had to take that hit, but hey, he's like, I get hit all the time with my offensive line. Who cares? What's one more hit? I don't know. But either way, these 2 plays just go to show the value of Joe Burrow, right? I mean, these are 2 plays that really didn't work. Like, the defense should have had it covered, and Burrow just finds a way to make them work anyway. It's great stuff. Heading over here, a play later on this drive, actually. It's a 4th down and 2. I don't want to say it was all Joe Burrow. This Bengals offense were able to make plays as well. And even, okay, Zach Taylor's getting a lot of criticism, and I get it, because he did screw up that end-of-game situation. He also had some weird, running for it back-to-back on 3rd down and then 4th down. He had some weird calls. I get, and I've criticized him in the past. This is a good play, though. So it's a 4th down and 2 against man coverage. They're going to have a couple receivers. It's just a pick play. Really, you have a couple receivers run out, just try and get in the way of the defenders who could be in that area. Then for your receiver, Chase Brown, he runs a quick route, and you hope he gets open. As you see when this play begins, I mean, it's working. I mean, he's wide open, well schemed up here by Zach Taylor. Let's give him some love. Why not? But also Burrow makes the throw. Players have to execute, right? And they're able to do that. So good stuff all around here by the Cincinnati Bengals. So yeah, some key plays here on that drive to give them the 7-point lead. Later on, this drive was really interesting, or this play was really interesting. So it's a man coverage concept once again. 3rd down and 9 right here. So okay, again, cover 2 man. You see right there, watch T. Higgins, who was such a monster in this game, partially because Ja'Marr Chase was on Surtain one-on-one a lot, so they were looking to T. Higgins. When this play begins, you see the defender covering Higgins ends up going down on this play. So Higgins he appears to be wide open. There's actually a couple other Broncos players in the area quickly realizing this and trying to cover him up, including a safety who reads this very quickly. But for Burrow, who's a bit under pressure here, he wants to get this ball in that area. As you see, that's exactly what he does. Under pressure, makes a really good throw, and what a catch by T. Higgins, too. He had some great ones in this game. This one, maybe not the best, but still a really good one. And they were able to do this consistently as well. Heading over to this next play, so what's going to happen on this one is, if we're talking negatives, because I want to tell the whole story, not just the positives, the only real one I would have is that, I think you could say that he takes too many sacks, or at least that certainly the offense needs to not give up so many sacks. Like this play, it's overtime. So if you get a touchdown here, you win. You don't even have to worry about Bo Nix magic like we saw at the end of regulation. Don't even have to worry about it. Burrow takes the snap, and right off the bat, he doesn't love what he sees. Again, do you want to criticize him here? I don't know. He steps up in the pocket, tries to scramble, but it turns out there was a stunt going on there, so he thought there was a lane. There wasn't. The Broncos were trying to create a lane so that one of their defenders could get through. Ends up being kind of a bad break. It's a sack there, and then it was 3rd and long, took another sack there. I don't know. That's the negative. Whatever. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I still wanted to talk about it. And now let's go over here. So again, this situation is huge. If they don't score points on this drive, that's it. Their season is over because the Broncos would just need a ball and then get a tie, and then the Bengals are eliminated. So they could kick a field goal, but obviously it went horrible in overtime when they tried to kick a field goal earlier. They don't want to risk that. And Zach Taylor, again, to his credit, I'm weirdly defending Zach Taylor a lot in this video. Not something I expected to do. He kind of just said, you know what? I trust T. Higgins and Joe Burrow more than I trust my kicker, which is probably the right call in this situation. You have a one-on-one matchup with Higgins. As you see, Joe Burrow takes the snap. He's like, yeah, I trust myself in T. Higgins. Let's go. Let's see if we can make this work. There's a window right here, and also watch this throw and catch. I mean, this is a thing of beauty by both of those two guys. I mean, that's just high-level stuff. And again, there's going to be a lot of talk about the Broncos have some injuries in the secondary, and their depth, it's not playing well, and that's what happens. Secondary depth is one of the most important things in football, and it never gets talked about because it's not sexy to talk about, but you saw how Cincinnati was able to take advantage of that in this game. But also, that was just a great throw and catch. I mean, what are you going to do there? If Surtain's on that, I don't know if he's able to stop it. It's just a great play. And then on the next one, they said, let's keep it going. Why not? And they're still going to throw it here, which I find pretty crazy on a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. I don't know the numbers. I have to imagine this is one of the only times we've ever seen a passing touchdown in overtime that wasn't the opening drive when you need a touchdown to win it from inside the 5-yard line on a 1st down. Usually you're either running it or just kicking the field goal here, but here, they're going to look at T. Higgins. Burrow is going to take the snap, and it's not wide open, honestly. And this could be a little dangerous, right? The last thing you want to do is underthrow it a little bit, have it end up as an interception or something. However, Burrow puts this one right on the money. They're able to get a touchdown and win the game and keep the season alive. And again, a lot still has to go to Bengals' way. They need some help here. This is certainly not a guaranteed playoff berth. But you know what? Hey, if you're a Bengals fan, sports are about fun. What a fun game. What a fun moment. That's kind of how I view it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.